Hey everyone, it's Brenda Dukes from Columbia, South Carolina, and I wanted to share with you a little bit about why I believe that this outpouring of Holy Spirit in Asbury University is truly a revival. Now I went, let's see here, it was the Monday following the start of this outpouring, and went there Monday night and Tuesday morning, well actually all day Tuesday. But my story goes back to June of 2021 when I was invited to go up to Asbury University to a camp. I was invited by a spiritual daughter of mine to be her mentor, and the university paid for me to go up there. I could travel, I could either fly up there or they would pay for my gas. So when I found out that the Ark was very close by, I decided to drive. And so that began the journey, which I ended up calling the Holy Road Trip. I stopped in what's it called? It's where the North Georgia revival was happening, still is. And I didn't know where I was going to be spending the night, except for those couple nights at the dorm that during that camp. So, but the Lord took care of me each step of the way. So I stopped in Dawsonville, Georgia. And then the next morning I was going to stop at a friend's house in Tennessee, but I got this strong check in my spirit. And I knew that's not where I was supposed to go. In fact, the Lord wasn't even going to tell me where I was going to go until I canceled. So as soon as I canceled with my planned stop, He reminded me of some dear friends that moved up in Tennessee just shortly before that. They used to live in Columbia area. So I stopped there first. And it was a mother-daughter that I stayed with, and the mother's several years older than me. And they asked why I was up in that area, and I told them about stopping, going to this camp in Asbury University, and she said, "Did you know that I went to Asbury University?" And I was like, "No, I did not," because I hadn't heard of this school before my invitation. And she said, "And did you know there was a revival that broke out in 1970? And I was like, "No, I did not." Now, what's really cool about this is that I actually had planned, per the Lord's nudge, to stop after I went to Asbury University, to stop in Cane Ridge, where there was a revival at Cane Ridge. They called it the Cane Ridge Revival. At this moment, I can't remember the date of it. So I went, that was really cool and confirming. So I stopped in Asbury, and the Lord showed me really cool things. And I knew this was a hot spot. I knew something was stirring. And I'll share more of my story of some cool things He had shown me then, and then when I went last week in another video. So I went there, and I went to the Ark, and then the Lord nudged me to go to the capital of the state in Kentucky. And then after that, I stopped at Cane Ridge, which was the, like I said, there had been a revival, and that was a really cool experience. And then after that, I went on to Cullowhee, North Carolina, and stayed there a couple days. We know some people that have a place there. And as I was pondering all these stops, I knew, I kept asking the Lord, what's going on in North Carolina? Because the Lord had me stopping at all these places that had a revival history. And so I knew there was something about that area of North Carolina. And it wasn't until a couple days ago when we heard that there was these outpourings happening at other universities that the Lord had plans for Western Carolina University, which is also in Cullowhee, North Carolina. And then what's also cool is that one of the outpourings is happening now at Lee University. And I didn't know where that was. Well, I looked at the map, and sure enough, it was really close to the location of the friends that I stopped at in Tennessee on the way up to Asbury. So it's really cool. I know the Lord has more plans. I am confident that what's going on in Asbury is truly a revival. And I actually have another video that I just released on Facebook, and it's on my YouTube page, about what is a revival. You can look that up. And I will also post a picture of my route, because when I got home, I looked at all the stops that I made, and it actually made a cross. So that was really cool. I hope you have a blessed day, and if you have questions, feel free to contact me with my information below.